and jump into the video. We just want to apologize for not posting consistently like we thought we were going to. We haven't posted anything all of 2020. 2021. I keep thinking we're in 2020, but we haven't posted anything in 2021, and we're just gonna apologize for it. There's no really good excuse for it, so I'm just gonna say that. But going forward, Karen and I both sat down. We came up with like a filming schedule. We can be more consistent with our posting. So we've decided to post every Sunday. We don't know what time. We've just committed to Sunday, once a week. And yeah, so we're gonna come back better and stronger. And that's that. Okay, so this whole video is supposed to be us catching up with like current events in pop culture and in our lives, I guess.
Just 2021 so far. Basically.
Yeah, because we found that like when we made the Year of Disgrace video, it was funny, but there was a lot of content that we didn't want it to be too long, so we've just decided to just do it for every quarter, or like maybe every 3 months, because technically April's not over yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every 3 months or every close to the quarter, we're gonna do a video summarizing all the disgraces and events. So not all of them are disgraces and events that happened. And then, but this was like low-key inspired by this post, in case I forget to like add it while we're editing, right here, created by Black Twitter. Yours truly.
The entirety of
Black Twitter, which is basically just a calendar.
2021 has been through so far.
Exactly. The first thing.
So first and foremost, on January 6th.
You remember the day always blows my mind.
No, I'm always going to remember the day, because that's the day that just, you know, it's going to stay in my brain as just it's an act of terrorism.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about.
So wait, what happened? What are you talking about? You're talking about the storming of the Capitol.
Yeah, the insurgents. So all of these people, like the Trump, you know, supporters, MAGA, and all that crap, they were like, oh, they stole the election. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go run the Capitol, and and somehow they think that that's gonna like change the votes that were counted by people. I don't understand the logic, which I know you guys probably also don't understand it. That's what they chose to do. And then they're sitting there shook to the core that it was ill received.
I will say this though, that like when the whole thing first happened, I still it took me days to realize why they had stormed the Capitol, because there was no like logical reason to storm the Capitol. Like the news kept talking about it, and pop culture kept talking about it, and social media kept talking about it, but I still didn't know why. Like, what was the reason?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
Like, I did not know that.
Seriously.
So, because the more that they kept talking about what the reason was, the more I kept telling myself, no, that can't be the reason.
Because it's stupid.
Because I'm just like, no, that just doesn't make any sense, because like Karen said at the beginning, that was an act of terrorism. Because I could tell you, if y'all did that nonsense in any other country or any other historical building, they would have called it that. So it's just like,
because they were in there. It's not even like they went in there like, you know, like peacefully protesting. They went in there like guns
to terrorize people.
They were trying to kill people.
Yeah,
it was the worst. And then the police, y'all really ain't out here to protect nobody, because it was only that one black man. I don't remember his name. I don't really even know who he is, but I know there was that picture where he was like, stop. The rest of y'all was basically like, yeah, she's in room 324. Like, it was so embarrassing for America. Like,
it really was. That was a piss take.
Yeah.
But America is like, you know, the great America. You hear just this big, almost intimidating nation, only for this to happen. I mean, they've been taking the piss for the last few years.
It was embarrassing. It was like, personally, for me,
it was like, and then this happened, and it almost made it seem like the country had become a joke.
Because it's like, first of all, the presidential election shouldn't have been as close as it was.
No, it shouldn't.
Like, it should not have been. So that was already embarrassing. Yeah. And then this. No. And you know what? This just like really exemplified like what white privilege is. And white
privilege, because a man can't walk down the street without getting accidentally tasered, aka shot at. But you have,
rest in peace,
white and racist people just storming the Capitol, and not one bullet. Or maybe there was a bullet, but not. I think you have no.
There was no. They didn't have like a SWAT gear. They didn't call Homeland Security.
None of that. But meanwhile, you have people peacefully protesting,
and y'all got riot gear.
Y'all brought all the forces made in China that has been shipped to the police force. Y'all brought all of that out.
You guys had a tank at one point. Where the hell did you guys get a tank? In the streets of Washington? Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
That one, that was definitely.
You know what? For me, it would have been like it would be a different situation if they had just kept the same energy. You know, like you wear your riot gear when Black Lives Matter is rioting, and you wear your rioting, peacefully protesting. Wrong word, and you also wear it when the MAGA people are protesting. Like just keep the energy. But
it was just a blatant, almost like they were just spitting in the face of Black people. Really.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was like the first disgrace and event of 2021, and they're not as blatantly disrespectful kind of thing.
I just think that the racial tension is different. Like there, it's white versus black. Stupid.
Yeah.
And here it's more like the native people of Canada, like the indigenous people, they're really getting like crapped on, which is like that's the injustice where we see it here. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a different thing, but Canada is we're not like perfect in terms like for anything. So
I would never forget that. This was not even that long ago. This was like towards the end of last year. I was hungry and I was studying. No, I wasn't studying. I was working.
I was hungry.
And I decided to go to Sylvie's, and I got a bag of chips, and I got this it was this weird sparkling water, and I was walking out, and this man chases me outside of the store, and I'm thinking
you never told me this before.
Oh, my racial treatment? I mean, it's not the first, so I feel like sometimes I become almost desensitized.
Really?
He chased me out of the store, and I had my bag, and he was like, "I just wanted to make sure that you paid for it." So then I showed him the receipt.
No,
I showed him the receipt, and then he was like, "Okay, I think you're fine to go. We just weren't sure." So then in my head, I'm like, let's say I was just this violent, intense person who had stolen this from him. Would it really have been worth risking your life to chase me out for a bag of chips? Kind of thing. So then I sat in my car, and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling the racist vibe. And you know me, I can't just walk away in peace.
She has to create drama.
I didn't create drama, but I have to make sure that you know what you did. Like I didn't even create drama. So I walked back in the store, and there were these 3 white men. And
1, 2, 3.
Because you know how
I saw you.
Because the store was pretty dead, and it's like you know how they have like the self checkout, kind of thing, and then where the self checkout is the customer service area. So then the 3 white men and the one that chased me down was right there. So then I literally asked him like, "Did you?" And I was like looked at him straight in the face. At all 3 of them. I'm like, "Did you really have to chase me down for the bag of chips?" Kind of thing. And he was like, "Yeah, we just weren't sure." And he started stuttering. That's like,
that's how you know.
And then he started stuttering. And then he was like, "Yeah, we just weren't sure if he had scanned it or not, blah, 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 blah," kind of thing. And then I literally looked at the tall one. He looked like he was a supervisor, but I don't know. Kind of, not a supervisor, but like out of all 3 of them, he's probably the one with the most seniority. So I looked at him and I was like, "So was that really all that was about?" And then they started, when they start to fumble.
Yeah. They get so scared.
To fumble.
They just
kind of thing. And then they start to fumble, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm just really, really sorry." Then they started apologizing, kind of thing. And I was like, "Okay." And I was almost about to return the chips. I was hungry, guys.
I had to eat it.
I was like this close to it, but I had to walk back and just to make sure that they knew
that you knew.
That I knew what was going on. So yeah, that was my little discrimination event that happened to me. But it's not the first time something like that has happened to me before. So it's like, I was traumatized.
No, seriously.
It was like, I'm laughing about it now, but at the time when it happened, I was fuming and I was so pissed. And when I'm pissed, my comfort thing is, Tim Hortons, CBT, dodo. So I had to go and get me one to calm myself down. And I was just pissed because it's like, I used to work as a cashier. That was like my first job ever. And one of the things that they tell you is like,
don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero. Yeah. Let the man go with the bag of chips that he stole, or the cart. If they left things, let them go. Let security deal with that.
Exactly.
Because it's not worth the risk of you getting hurt.
It's not. This man was willing to risk his life
over a bag of chips.
Racism runs deep.
Yeah.
It is in the roots.
No, it really is in the roots. And it's like, let me not even get into workplace.
The workplace. We should do a whole other video about microaggression and the workplace.
But that would be like another time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I say all that to say is America just needs to do better. Canada needs to do better. Humanity needs to do better.
Seriously. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Then February came. And I'm sure y'all already know what was the biggest news in February. Wow. I mean, the second event in February was the Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
Woman, adult.
Woman.
She had like 5 kids, I think. She was like a whole grown-ass woman with like a job and everything. So it wasn't like she was some dumb teenager trying to do a TikTok to be funny. kind of thing. So if you don't know about the gorilla glue,
imagine going to work with your hair.
Especially with me and my black ass, people always asking questions about my hair. Yeah, hello.
So this, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, the gorilla glue lady situation happened.
Yeah.
For me, you know, the bright side of it, I'm not even gonna lie, was Black Twitter coming through with the memes.
Yes, thank you, Black Twitter, for saving this year.
Yeah,
in general.
honestly. But and also obviously the saving grace is like she lived through this. Like let's
yeah, exactly. There's graces, you know what I mean? And a black doctor got her out. Praise God, praise.
And I think he was Ghanaian even. But yeah, I know that whole thing. At first, when it happened, I really thought it was like a teenager who was doing like a meme or a joke or like, you know, clout chasing. And then as more information came out, where it's like, first of all, she had it in her hair for, even before she posted the video, it had been weeks. It had been weeks prior. And me and my dramatic ass, if I had glue in my hair for more than a day,
you know, I was shook. You know what had me? When she like took the soap or whatever, and she showed up here. It's like she had like acrylics on, and so you know that noise like of her nails. So she was like rubbing it, and she was like, "I'm gonna show you." Then she started doing this, and you know, like that thing. There's like my hair, it don't move, it don't move. That's all I can.
Look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move.
I was shook. I was like,
oh my gosh, and her accent was so cute too. I actually love her accent. But ma'am,
get it together. Gorilla, I just want to understand the thought process. Like, what made you think, okay, like, I can't use edge control or this and this, so I'm going to go right to
she
glue.
ran out of, you know, her got to be glue.
It's not about running out.
You know what, though? And, like, when we were talking about this before, like, maybe this might be just me trying to, like, you know, make excuses.
But we just trying to, like, justify.
But I can honestly see how you would accidentally, or, like, not even accidentally, because I don't think she did it by accident. I just think she didn't think that the glue would not stick.
How would she not know, like, that?
No, but like hear me out.
What?
Hear me out. But you guys know, like, when you're getting ready, sometimes, especially when you're running late for an event, like a birthday dinner or whatever, and you're getting ready, and you know this, like, you're in. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm waiting for you to make sense, and it's not making sense.
And you're like rushing to get ready, and then you run out of something, like you run out of mascara, so you put water in the tube, and then you just do things that don't make any sense. Kind of thing, and you find little things.
But at least it's all beauty related. You don't take something that's meant to like adhere wood.
Yeah, but like, okay, but we're also in the era of like people use glue to do their eyebrows.
Hair glue.
No, you know the kids glue, the white one.
That one I don't know. I don't know.
People do that. They use soap and then they use I'll show you a video. It actually turned out I would not be putting glue in my eyebrows.
Please don't do that.
But it's like we're in there where people just like to get creative, especially with those stupid TikTok hacks where people are just finding the most complicated ways of tying a bag of chips. It's just madness. But it's like I can see how, like, you know, when you're in a rush, you not accident, but you grab it, you think, oh, I could just wash this off.
Phobia, okay.
I would not be putting Gorilla Glue.
No, I just want to add. Okay, so as you're getting ready, right?
Yeah.
And you're looking for like a replacement for something beauty related. Are you gonna walk yourself to your garage or to a shed, or to somewhere that is? Because no one just has Gorilla Glue laying around near their makeup. It was a decision. And the thing is, I'm nosy. I want to understand what made you go from Got to Be Glue and all the other hair products that you possibly had.
The bottles do kind of look the same.
And was the style worth it? Like, dang.
No, but her ponytail was together. That ponytail literally will not move. I know her ponytails quite frequently. That's the look you want. Maybe not as hard.
Maybe not as hard, because when she started knocking on her head.
But yeah, no. Gorilla Glue happened.
Gorilla Glue girl happened, but we're happy that she's safe and sound.
Honestly, there are 3 things that happened in March. Okay.
There's many.
Let's first start with, which should we start with? Derek Jenks. I don't know who he is.
Is it Derek Jenks? Derek, his name?
Derek somebody. Is the relationship guru guy? I don't know his name. Is it Jenks somebody? Somebody that y'all look up to, not me.
Derek
because
Jackson?
I didn't know who this man. Jackson, is that his name?
I don't know.
Y'all heard the story before though.
He's for the streets, he's for y'all. I don't know this man.
He's this relationship guru guy who I guess had enough. multiple affairs, you know, extramarital curriculum activities. You know, he had a whole schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So
with all these women.
So apparently he cheated on his wife, and there was somebody that was coming out. One of the
mistresses.
I don't even want to call them mistresses because maybe she didn't really know he was. I don't know.
The other woman.
The other woman was coming out. So then to cover his ass, he sat down with his wife on an Instagram live and held her hostage.
Confessions.
He held her hostage, and then just told
he held her hostage. Y'all seen how hard he was holding her hand? He was like gripping onto those hands, like, remember what I said? What I say about me cheating? It's all right, right? like what's going on?
And
there's no world that exists where I will ever sit on a couch next to my man as he tells the world that he cheated on me. That's one. Two, I will never sit there and then try to justify why I was wearing what I was wearing. She came out and was like, where you see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation. Where you see a pajama shirt, I see the breastplate of this and that. And I was like, Jesus he did not die for this.
And you will, like, the thing that was triggering, or that had me shook the most about the whole sit-down video, was the fact that, like, there's a constant trend, especially in, like, African households, or, like, Black, African-American, and more specifically African households, where women are almost forced to just take the bullshit that comes with these useless men.
A woman's worthiness is attached to how much suffering she can endure at the hand of her husband.
And it's just like, hell? And then the piss take about that is that they always reference that one Bible quote. Kind of thing. And as if like women are just born to be in these long suffering relationships.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that's what that reminded me of. It reminded me of every African auntie that had been disgraced by her husband. Mm-hmm. That's what that video reminded me of.
Yeah,
so it was very sad to see. And I'm not saying that she can't forgive the Mandams.
No, of course not.
For his infidelities. I'm not saying you can't forgive somebody. Like, things happen in relationships. Like, we're not going to be idiots and say that people don't cheat. Like, it happens. Yeah. But not to that. Like, you don't need to be embarrassed like that.
You don't.
And you don't need to save face. Like, you can just cuss him out and publicly do so. Because he embarrassed you publicly.
I don't know. Like, okay, yeah. But the thing is, like, he embarrassed her publicly when they were in the confession. I feel like for me, there would have never even been a confession. He wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have said nothing. Mm-hmm. If I'm forgiving your stupidity, then that's being handled privately. I don't understand why the world needs to be privy to what's going on in our relationship. Especially the deterioration of our marriage. Like, literally. That's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. That's just...
Yeah.
That's where, for me, like, I felt so bad for her. But then it's like... Then you can tell that she's trying to, like scrambling to save face and to recover from his stupidity, and I'm like, no girl, that's not your job. No. That tension, that's all that hate, that backlash,
just let it fall on him.
Yeah, he deserves it. He earned it, in fact, with his own stupidity. So let him work for it. Yeah. Goodness gracious. But she's over here like, no. I need to keep up the part. And I'm like, well, he wasn't doing the part when he was over here screwing these women. So what makes you think you need to go and explain to us why you were wearing a bonnet? You wore a bonnet. What? So who cares?
But yeah, no, like we said, like I don't know nothing about this man. I had never heard of him before.
Me neither.
Apparently, he's big on the Twitterverse, but I don't be knowing him because I've just learned to not focus on other people's relationships and people giving people advice on relationships because every household is different. The way that every household operates is different.
Yes.
Which leads us to the next disgrace. The Saweetie and Quavo situation that happened.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's just piggybacking off of the uncle that disgraced his wife.
Jackson.
Kind of thing. That's the same thing that Quavo did. I mean, Quavo took the piss. But it's just the same way, you're just embarrassing the woman that you're with, the black woman that you end up being with, and they're supposed to carry the burden for you.
Exactly.
And you see no consequence whatsoever. And then it's that trend of people looking up to these celebrities and their relationships. Please.
Then when they crash and burn,
they're shook.
Everybody's like, oh, how could she have been cheated on? She's so beautiful, da 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 da. And I'm like, I'm telling
all the gifts he bought her and all that stuff.
Beauty and desirability does not spare you or exempt you from all the BS that some men will try to put you through. So just be out there for yourself. Make sure that you're well taken care of, and that's one thing, period. And seriously.
Third one was the Meghan and Harry interview with Oprah.
First of all, let's just preface it by saying that, like,
They're racist.
That whole family is racist, and there's nothing that you can say to me
to change my mind.
Because you know what? The queen has been alive for longer than any African nation has been free.
Yeah.
So, or been reigning than any African nation exactly has been freed or independent. So you're not about to sit here and tell me that she went from her colonization roots and now she's good with black people. Nah, yeah, get out of here. That's a lie.
Like, if you, like, for me, I grew up in Ghana, so a lot of, like, and there was a huge part of my education that focused on history. Mm-hmm. So it's like, when you know the bullshit that the royal family has just put African nations through.
Mm-hmm. And the whole world.
And the whole world.
Own the whole world, basically.
It's kind of hard not to look at them and be like, yo, yo, this is what's it called? What's that movie called? Get Out nonsense. Yeah. Like, they seem to be accepting of you, but they take a lot. Mm-hmm. They have taken a lot from these African nations and have not repaid anything back.
Nothing.
Kind of thing. They live off the backs of black people. And it's just one of those things where it's like...
Off of our labor,
so
off of our,
this whole Piers Morgan and the little other British old lady trying to justify this nonsense of how the royal family is this big thing that we should all bow down to and be celebrated, and we can never ever condemn them for doing anything wrong.
Yo, they can suck it.
That is some bullshit. It's just some bullcrap. It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for, because it's just like you're telling us what has happened to us has not happened.
Exactly.
And what do we call that? What have the millennials and the Gen Z's been calling it? What's our favorite word?
Gaslighting.
Like, it's just like you're just making it seem like everything that people have experienced, generations have experienced, did not happen. And we should just accept the queen as is. And what Meghan did was just shine a small light on just like a fraction, not even a fraction, a tiny little thing that they've done. Because what Meghan has experienced doesn't compare to like what generations have experienced.
Exactly. Also, I actually think that she handled that ish with a lot of class. Because if it was me, I would have been like, Harry,
me pregnant and hormonal.
Yeah, get me the receipts. Get me the text messages. I would have been like, y'all see what William said to me? Y'all see Kate? She ain't nice. I think it's just difficult when the family asks for like sympathy and all that, when not only do we know, like, we're not stupid, we're being taught this in school. Like, if you wanted to hide it, you shouldn't have made it like the predominant thing that we're learning. So when we know what they've done in the past and what they continue to do, y'all still doing this. Why is your face on my money? And then we also we're cognizant enough to understand the impacts that it's having to this day in in generations now. Not even just in the third world, but like in Canada as well. Mm-hmm. Your face is on my money.
Why?
We're paying you. We pay so much to this woman that does nothing for us, and allegedly.
And when you look at all the businesses that like the royal family, like all their traveling, it's all charity stuff. But I'm just like, the amount of time that we spend sending you people to places. If we just put that money into the charities, just wash our hands off you people, I feel like we will be.
It would be worth it, honestly.
Do I think? I guess question I would be like, do you think that the royal family can be redeemed?
Redeemed?
Yeah. Like, do you think that they can ever see the errors of their ways and all the racism that they've inflicted on people for hundreds and hundreds of years?
Seriously, for centuries and beyond.
Do you think that there's ever going to be a point where?
No one is, beyond redemption. Like, I believe that. I believe that people can change and da-da-da-da-da. But I think that the royal family, it's not just a family, it's an institution.
Yeah.
And much like all other institutions, what we're calling for is an entire demolition, an entire dissolving of everything that you stand for, the entire structure as it is. And then, a reintroduction of, proper values and, and actually start acting like... the way that you all say that you are acting, the way that you say that you are, you're poised and you're polite and you're this and you're that. Your little British accents ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna need you guys.
British people got away with racism because of their accents. Mm-hmm. We have this thing where we're just enamored by their accents.
We think they're so polite and da 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 da, and that's also brainwashing that we've been fed all our lives.
Yeah.
So and they're gonna obviously, y'all gonna need, I'm gonna just say it, y'all gonna need some people of color up in there. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense how you're gonna tell me that you're gonna be able to make decisions that benefit people that look like me. When I look at you, there's nobody that looks like me that is making decisions. There is no way. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
But when Megan was even just trying to you know, just do a little something. She was just trying to, you know, like build some schools in Kenya, and y'all wouldn't even let her be great
in peace. For Black people, the way that we took it is like we weren't surprised by it.
No,
we were just shocked that she had the audacity to be speaking about it, because nobody has ever been that brave to just speak so ill of the royal family, and even it wasn't even that bad. Like, she didn't say anything.
She's nice.
She said it in a nicer way, so because nice. I could tell you. You got my black ass sitting on that couch with Harry.
Exactly.
I don't think I would have said it with such poise the way that she did. So I feel like the royal family should even be grateful that she didn't, like, she wasn't putting them on blast. And she didn't come with, like, all her receipts kind of thing. But then to the people who were making it seem like what Meghan experienced wasn't what she experienced, I'm just like, well, you did. Like, were you there kind of thing. It just never made any sense, like, where people were just like, well, that's not my experience, and she's never spoke on other people's experiences. She's only spoken on her experience kind of thing. Because I remember I was watching this panel, and then he had this, God bless his soul, he was a black man, this black man sitting there, and he was like, this is not my experience, so I can't really, but my thing is, like, they were using their experience to discredit Meghan's experience, but I'm like, that whole argument is invalid, because she's not discrediting your experience. Exactly. She's talking about her experience, and also her experience is gonna be way different than you, a common visitor, versus somebody who's actually supposed to be acclimated into a family.
Exactly.
So that was a piss take, but you know, once again, Black Twitter came through with the good memes.
Oh man, y'all, it was great.
So that we can laugh about it, because if we don't laugh, we'll cry.
I was laughing so hard. Those memes were great. Man, I wish I could find the one that I really like.
Yeah, the one that I really like was when, like, just black girls will just go on their TikToks and they'll be ranting about their small little problems, and then it switches to Oprah's face and it's like, whoa. Kind of like, this one girl was like, and you won't believe it, he made his mama sit in the front seat, and then the Oprah face came and like,
yo, Oprah killed it.
Yeah.
Were you silent or were you silenced? Oh!
That is a bar.
Oh,
that is a bar.
Somebody needs to write that down. I'm gonna go Lady O on you. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. My favorite meme is the girl is like putting her jacket on all angrily, and like the voiceover, she's saying like, no, Harry, it's not even about that. It's because they don't like me, Harry. It's not about that. And like the accent, I was dead.
I'm done.
Listen to this.
Like, no one likes me, Harry. It's not about listen to this.
I was dying. And Harry, Meghan, and that little boy Archie are the only part of the royal family that makes sense to me.
I know. So like those are the events that have happened so far. Right now we're in April, so a lot could go down. You know, by the time we do another video.
Oh wait, we forgot something. DMX passed away.
Oh,
rest in peace. Yeah. I know, that's really sad.
Yeah, that was definitely really sad. He's one of those people where it's like, he's not our generation of like music, but it's like, you know his songs because when they come up, the party up comes up, everybody's on the dance floor turning up kind of thing. So it was definitely very heartbreaking to hear about it, and then to hear about the impact that he had in other people's lives as well.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, it was shocking for me because the last interview I saw of him, he was healthy.
He was well in life.
Yeah, and he looked really great. He was like thick, you know, like the healthy thick.
Yeah.
So RIP to DMX.
A lot of people are dying, but those are the two that I can think of, like in March. Like had me.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened so far this year in pop culture. Personally, in life, you know, we're just doing the best that we can. Life is personally, life is hit me like a damn boulder. You know what I mean? But you know, we're just pedaling along, and I'm actually really excited for what the rest of this year is going to be. I'm determined to be positive because I'm like, nothing can be as bad as last year.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know what? We're gonna actually. Do you know what the funny thing is? Personally, last year was not my worst year.
Okay.
But the point is, there's just going to be more and more successes in our lives. Okay, and that's what I believe. That's what I'm gonna keep on pushing for.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm also in the weirdest way. I'm actually really happy. I think, but I'm not where I want to be. So I feel like in the headspace that I am, I'm more like happy to be doing YouTube and to be like doing other creative things and to be like editing, because like that's starting to become one of my favorite things to do. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, our brief little overview of what the year has
Feel
been.
free to share, subscribe.
Share,
Subscribe.
like, and subscribe. Subscribe. Keep coming back
For more. And again, we apologize for not posting this.
Yeah.